Hey Leo, thanks for checking out your weekly forecast for March 27th through April 2nd. This is going to be for Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Keep in mind it is a general reading for the collective. Therefore, not every single message will resonate, and that's okay. Take what does, leave what doesn't. So without further ado, my dears and my darlings, we're going to check in here with this energy and see what messages are coming up here for the Leo collective. There is a sale on private readings right now. I'll talk about that at the end, but we're going to jump in here with the message. First card coming up for the Leo collective is the Knight of Pentacles. This could be an earth sign person coming into the situation this week. Earth sign person being Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. If you have earth sign placements, you may be focused on those houses or those areas of your life right now. However, the Knight of Pentacles energetically is reminding us slow and steady wins the race. Just be consistent. I feel some of you are feeling, for whatever reason, like you're running out of time or you're wanting to do something very quickly. And so you're in this energy of trying to hurry up and make things happen. And Leo, some of you might have been having a cycle of like doing really, really good. Like you feel like you're doing, oh, I'm so good, I'm doing so productive. And then like falling off the track and being like, oh my gosh, I can't get myself to get up again. I can't get myself to get going again. And so some of you may have had this cycle for a while where it's just been like you feel like you're really productive or just doing nothing at all. And the Knight of Pentacles says we're going to break out of this by just being consistent. That's it. There's no need to burn the candle at both ends. There's no need to exhaust yourself. Just be consistent. One day at a time, one foot in front of the other. That doesn't mean you don't have to work hard, but it doesn't mean to work unreasonably. It doesn't mean to push your body to like ridiculous levels. You know, you're a human being. You're not a robot. So you need time for rest, for sleep, for social life, for love life, for friendship. And if you don't feel like being around people, just to rest, just to recharge your battery and do things that you like doing. And so I feel here that you're going to be in this rushed energy, or some of you are feeling rushed. And the Knight of Pentacles is reminding you, hey, take a step back, calm down. Not everything needs to be done immediately. It's all going to happen. Just focus on consistency and not necessarily on like working in frantic energy. Some of you may also be committing to some new goals. Some of you may be deciding that it's time for some changes in your life, but you're also committing to an action plan, or you're committing to doing things in a different way. You're making a commitment to yourself. I feel here with this Knight of Pentacles. The next card coming up here for the collective is the King of Swords. Now, King of Swords can be consulting an expert about a matter. It can also be an air sign person. Air sign people would be Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. Some of you could be dealing with an air sign person. Some of you could be focusing on air sign placements that you may have. But King of Swords is also consulting an expert about a situation, like how we're going to make something happen, how we're going to move forward. I feel some of you are wanting to do something, but it's going to require, I don't know if I want to say getting permission, maybe approval or support might be a better word. Some of you might be wanting to do something that's going to require that it be approved. You're going to need to get support on this. You're going to need to get people on your side. Like you can't just up and do it. And so if you are in a situation where you're needing to get approval for a situation or support or funding or whatever it may be, King of Swords always reminds us that King of Swords is fair. King of Swords wants to find the win-win solution in a situation. And the King of Swords is very logical. The King of Swords is not going to be swayed by emotions. And so if you're going into like trying to, get somebody's approval or support, and you go in with an emotional reasoning, like you try to tug at the heartstrings and you try to like go for the heart, it's not going to go anywhere. It's not going to land with this person. You have to approach it in a logical way, as far as like, here's why this makes sense. Here's why this is a good idea. Here's how it's benefiting other people. Here's how it's benefiting you. Here's what's in it for everybody. And so approaching the situation in that way is going to get you results, versus it's not fair, or um uh you know I deserve this. It might not be fair and you might deserve it, but unfortunately, people don't always hear us when we come into a situation in that way. So go into it with the reasoning, the logic, and the win-win solution. Here's how you're benefiting by giving me my approval, or giving me the support that I'm asking for, or giving me what I want. The next card coming up here for you all is the moon. This could be Pisces or Cancerian energy. If you have Pisces or Cancerian placements, there could be big changes or big shifts happening for you in those houses or in those areas of your life. You could be dealing with a Pisces or a Cancerian. Some of you, that might be a significant soulmate in this current time in your life. Keep in mind, soulmates don't always have to be romantic. Sometimes they are, sometimes they aren't, but there could be a Pisces or Cancerian person that's really going to be very influential for you in this next stage, in this next chapter. Moon card is also about like listening to our intuition and getting over our fears. Okay, listening to our intuition and getting over our fears. I feel some of you are going to be having some, I hate to say it, I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy, but this is what's coming in intuitively. Because so many of you are at a really big shift right now, or the energies are at a really big shift right now, I feel some of you are going to have some really bad dreams, some really scary dreams. And I feel like the message that's coming in here is that it's not an omen. Don't freak out. Don't panic. It doesn't mean that something terrible is about to happen. But this may be the way in which you're releasing fear, and in which you're releasing the things that have been holding you back. But it may be coming up in your dreams in a very symbolic way, right? So if you have, for example, if you have a fear of being seen, you might have a really scary dream, but it might not be flat out telling you, oh, you have a fear of being seen. But then when you look at the symbolism and break it down, you might say, oh, that was really scary because I had all these things looking at me, or like whatever. I'm just giving you an example. But I feel that your fears are being released or worked out through dreams for a lot of you in the coming energy. And I don't like to put things like that out there, but sometimes it comes up, and it's coming up with a reassurance that, don't take it to be like, oh my gosh, was this dream some kind of a prophecy, or is this dream warning me of danger? In this instance, I feel it's more a release. It's a release that's happening as fear is being released and worked through your dreams. The next card that's coming up here for the Leo collective is the Knight of Wands. And so this could be making big changes in a short period of time. Okay. Could also be ultimatums that we're receiving. So if some of you are trying to negotiate this week, don't be surprised if you're met with some kind of an ultimatum. If the person says, okay, well, I'm going to help you, or I'm going to work with you, but this is what I want from you, or this is what you're going to give me in return. There may be some kind of an ultimatum, but for some reason, the word barter is coming up very strongly here for me around the situation. So maybe it's a barter. Somebody is saying, well, you're asking me to give something of myself, and so this is what I'm going to ask for you to give of yourself. So it would be a compromise, coming to a compromise. It's a negotiation where you might not get 100% your way. They're not getting 100% their way, but you may be finding a way like to meet in the middle in moving forward. I feel here with the Knight of Wands, you might get a little bit scared with the way it's working out, but Spirit is telling you to not have fear, and that to take the steps and things are gonna work out. But this is what I feel like you might get scared. I'll give you an example. Somebody might say, this is the example that Spirit is giving me, and this actually happened to somebody I knew. So I'm giving you this example because Spirit is reminding me of this situation or scenario. And Spirit will do that in my readings to say this is like a similar situation. It might not be in the area of love life for all of you, but I'm just giving you the example Spirit is reminding me of. So when I was younger, I had a friend, and I grew up really traditional and like really cultural, really religious environment. So everything was done in a very traditional way. And so my friend wanted to get married. There was a guy that wanted to marry her. So he went and asked for permission. I want to marry your daughter. And for whatever reason, her dad decided he was going to be a hard ass. And he was like, well, if you guys are getting married, then you have to get married in 30 days. I don't know why. You would think that the parent would say, like, wait or like, don't rush. But he made everything so impossible. And maybe in his mind, he thought, you know, the guy would say forget it or never mind, or like this would be his way. I don't know what his thinking was, but it created chaos. It created chaos in the situation. It created chaos for them, but they ended up getting married. They ended up pulling it off, and there were other things that kind of were, not so fair, but they made it happen. So they were young. They didn't have much money. They weren't planning on getting married in 30 days, but yet they had to get married in 30 days. And then there were like certain debts or things that they felt like she needed to pay back to her parent. It was a very unfair situation, but they pulled it off. They made it happen. And so it could be this kind of a scenario. Like somebody maybe is working with you, or they're giving you approval, or they're giving you permission, but at the same time maybe they're being a hard ass in some way, and you might be a little bit worried, like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. But the cards are saying here, not to be scared. Things are being sped up in accordance with divine timing. You might want to check out your other placements. Sometimes your other placements might resonate more than your sun sign. You may want to check out the love readings. Those are linked in the description. The other weekly forecasts are linked in the description. And if you would like to schedule a private reading with me, there's links in the description that will take you to my scheduling page. I am having a sale through March 31st on the 30-minute video readings. And so usually those are 50. I'm doing those for 25 through the 31st. But if you'd like to schedule a private reading with me, links are in the description. I thank you all for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I hope you all have a fabulous week ahead. Take care and be well, my dears.